man. Read that out.
Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yes, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. This pre-match show as we preview tonight's game at Ibrox, Rangers versus Viktoria Plzeň. Joining myself, Robert, on the show this evening is the two legends that are AK and the Bridgeman. AK, how are you doing, pal?
Good evening, Rob. Good evening, Bridgeman, the Techie team and everybody that's listening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
Evening, Bridgeman, how are you?
No, already, Bridge.
It's an early
Come
start
on,
for
Bridge.
Bridgeman. Early start for him.
Well, you know, I've just woke up there.
Anyway.
Right. So, good evening. Thanks, Robert, for having us on, and really looking forward to it. AK is going to carry me through this for sure. Can I just say a big good evening to yourself, Robert, and AK, and the Techie boys in the background, to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world. Massive, massive game coming up. Oh, Rangers, come on, keep it going. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers now.
Yes, indeed. AK is right. Keep it going. I believe you've got the team for tonight.
Oh, I certainly have, and this will cause a few smash cups. Right, strap yourselves in, gentlemen. This is where the Russell Martin era really begins now, I believe. This is a statement of intent for his words at the weekend. I believe Dougie, I heard his voice note on the show last night. But here we go. Right, in goals, Jack Butland. We've got Aarons at right back. Giga Suter is the captain for this evening, and Jefty returns at left back. We've got Rothwell, Diamondi, and young Lyle Cameron featuring tonight. New signing Ant-Man comes into the team, Gassama another wing, and we've got the return of Cyril Dessers up top. On the bench, we've got Kelly. Always good to have a Kelly in the team. Captain Tavernier is benched. Cortez, Barron, Bajrami, Dow, Fernandez, Raskin, which will surprise a few and probably upset a few. Rice, Gentles, Curtis and Danilo.
Certainly eyebrow raising. AK, what's your initial thoughts to the team?
My initial thoughts to the team, and I heard the show last night, and I say the pertinent question of the evening was the voice note that Dougie asked the panel with post-match words. Russell Martin at the weekend there, quite scathing about the team and quite scathing about people not doing their jobs. Listen, we've been crying out this for a long, long time. A Rangers manager with a set of gonads to, have the words, strong words, and mean it. And this certainly means it. If nobody's willing to put in the effort and, what the instructions are, what they've been working for all week. I recall Barry Ferguson having the same issues last year and had a go at the team. I believe Clement before him had the same issues. Michael Beale before him, Gio before him. So Russell Martin has shown a fair bit of gonads here tonight for me with that team selection. And if that's not a message to the dressing room to say, hey, I'm the boss, yous are getting the run of this dressing room for far too long, and I'm calling the shots now. And if you don't like it, well, you're dropped out of the team and you can leave the building, because this is a new era and we need to carry on. The manager has to have that stranglehold over that dressing room. And this is his statement of intent for me tonight, guys.
Bridge, we were obviously on last night. We discussed it in length about his statement at the weekend. And obviously, as AK alluded to Dougie's voice message, the question was, is it making a rod for his own back? Will he stick to his guns? He's obviously delivered it tonight with that team line. I know yourself last night, you were unsure about Suter. Not only does he start, he's also got the armband. But what's your thoughts now that you see the team on the paper?
Well, you know, I think we did, although I sort of spoke my mind a number of times last night, but at the end of the night, I actually thought they wouldn't change anything. But and obviously we didn't realise the sort of interview would come in and sort of throw a grenade into it all, you know. So that seems to have G'd people up. And actually, that's one of the main things was I was thinking, and a lot of folk like me were thinking that Tavernier needs to be changed and allow Aarons, because what you're doing there is you're really and truly, I'm not going to say anything about it really. Aarons would probably make a better right back than a left back because he's I know he can play it. He's a full back, he could play it, but not quite as effectively. And tonight will prove that. I hope, and that I believe it will. And that might be the first game of seeing Aarons as our new right back. That's what I believe, and it looks good. And I wish every one of them all the best, because it's a huge game, big crowd, and the crowd will be nervous. They want to see what we're going to do and how we're going to get there. And of course, I don't know how many subbies, 5 or 7 we get in Europe, but they'll all be used tonight, and I want them used well. I think the other one I was really happy with was Dowell not playing. So forgive me, guys. I'm being a bit cynical, but I got 2 out of 4 anyway.
You done not bad, mate. You done not bad. AK, when I look at that team, 2 words kind of spring to mind. 1, balance, and 2, natural. You've got players in the positions they were brought in to play. They're in their natural, comfortable environment, as Bridge said. Aarons at right back, we brought him in as competition, if not a starter at that position. It's interesting to see how he fares, because I think it's fair to say he's very uncomfortable in that left back. Who else we got? Lyle Cameron comes in for his first start in the midfield in place of Raskin. I said last night, AK, for me, Cameron would have come in, but I expected it to be Diomande out with Raskin still on the park. So I think that one, as you say, will raise a few eyebrows. Antman obviously comes into the side, natural right-sided player. Gassama, and then Dessers, as we know what we can get from him. That's my take on it. It's natural and it's a balance. Obviously, Yefty at left back as well. So we're keen to see how it goes ahead. I've got the team here for Viktoria Plzeň, and bear with me until I pronounce some of these players. In goal, Vegel, Markovic, Spashel, Jamelka, Due, Cherv, Ladra, Panos, Memic, Vidra, and Jurosinme. Apologies for that guy's name. The only one that I can really know about, AK, is Matchday Vidra, the captain. Played a lot down in England. It's only kind of one I know from that team, but I still think they'll pose a bit of a threat. But what we'll do, guys, is we'll get the phone lines open and see what the callers think in this team. So let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yes, come join us. Give us your thoughts. Russell Martin made a statement at the weekend. He made a statement again tonight with the team selection going into this game. AK, does it look like a 4-3-3 to you, straight off the paper?
It certainly it looks that way, mate. It certainly looks that way, but I think there's a bit of you can it depends with the ball and without the ball. I think Martins is one of the kind of coaches. He likes to delegate the duties to players. They should know positions. They're working on it every day. And it's mere a statement of intent for the people that is dropped. Obviously the guys coming into the team, and Antman's just in the building, so this is all fresh for him. He doesn't know what's been happening in the dressing room there for the kind of games. But see, when you look at our teams and you look at our performances, we've struggled, mate. We haven't played well at all. I think everybody would be honest enough to admit that. I think even the gaffer would admit that. Even though with the good results against Panathinaikos, we didn't really play well. We didn't start well. The weekend was a wee bit different. We started okay, as you say, but the second half performance is unacceptable. People no running, people no tracking back, people letting their runners move off them, things like that. And I think Russell Martin was just alarmed about what he was actually seeing. I don't know if you heard, but Barry Ferguson was on Go Radio the other night, and he admitted that he'd actually private phone calls and that with Russell Martin, obviously picking his brains about some of the aspects that he had to deal with, the kind of after Clement had left the building and what difficulties he came up against. So I'm pretty sure that Barry would have warned them about certain individuals within that changing room. If they're not doing their duties, you need to nail them right away. I'm surprised that Barry didn't do that last year, to be honest with you, but I think he was also hopeful he kind of, getting the job long term, but that was never really the issue, wasn't it? No. So Russell Martin is really stamping that his authority on that dressing room and on that team, but the players need to go out there and perform for them. It's a big risk. It is a risk, potentially losing the dressing room. But see if it means that the majority of the players that he's bringing in is going to be implementing his thoughts and ideas out on the park. I think he can live with that until he gets his full team out in that park, and that's what we've been crying out for a lot of years, mate.
Aye, I don't disagree. We said it last night on the show that some of these players then still in the club have cost previous managers their job, and it's been the same players that we've mentioned to try and get out, and they've still got a game week in, week out. I've got to give credit to Russell Martin. He came out, said what he said, and he's reacted tonight. But ultimately, Bridge, the players now need to go and give us a reaction from Saturday with tonight's game, especially at home, first leg.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive game, as I said earlier. But the truth is, we're at Ibrox, and these guys that are going to play tonight, this is going to be a huge opportunity for them to do something on the park, like win a game at Ibrox. And it's a tough place to win there, because everybody who comes to Ibrox seems to play well or play better, and so on and so forth. The players themselves must know now, no matter what, that the manager's come out and he's slated. He made a general comment, maybe a couple of general comments, and he's not going to put up with it. So they all know now, and there's nobody under any illusion, or they shouldn't be. And what the guys that are going to go into the park tonight, every single one of them, to be able to go to Ibrox and play in the Champions League, whatever section of the Champions League it's in, then it's just magic. And we just want the fans to be there, roar them on, and be happy. We need the players to play right and play well, and we'll get a result. That's what we'll do. We'll get a result as long as they play right. But they need to play a lot better than they played the other night, on Sunday. A lot better. Needs to happen.
AK, we've got people joining us all the time. Could you do the honours and read the team out once again for the listeners?
Absolutely. Starting in goals, we've got Jack Butland, Max Arns, right back, Giga, Captain Suter, Yefte, Rothwell, Diamonde Cameron, Antman, Gassama, Dessers. On the bench, Kelly, Tavernier, Cortez, Barron, Bajrami, Dowell, Fernandez, Raskin, Rice, Gentles, Curtis, Dineo.
Well, I think it's only fair we hear what the manager's thoughts are after that team was announced. So let's hear from our manager, Russell Martin.
Just for freshness, just for energy in the team, for balance in the team. So yeah, I think it's the best team to start the game and to approach it in the right way. And then we have some really good options on the bench as well.
Yeah, how much of an opportunity is it for the players coming into the team tonight?
Yeah, I think it's huge. So I think it's a really important game for us for so many reasons. We need to improve on the performance from the weekend, and we have such a big opportunity to put a real stamp on this tie over 2 legs in the first game as we did against Panathinaikos. So I'm excited to see what the group's going to put out, and I'm looking forward to it.
How much of a boost is it to get Oliver registered in time for this one as well?
Yeah, the club's done brilliantly to get registered. Oliver done in time and registered, so it was always the plan to play him if we got it done. He's ready. He's had some good minutes in pre-season. He's a natural athlete, and I think he'll really add to us.
What sort of challenge do you expect from Viktoria Plzen?
They're big, they're powerful, they're very direct, very well organised team. They'll be really aggressive in and out of possession, so we have to stand up to all of that and make sure that we try and turn it into the game that we want it to be rather than the game that they would like.
Yeah, we saw the important role the fans played here against Panathinaikos. It's important to channel their energy once again tonight.
Yeah, we have to give them some energy with the way that we start the game. So they were amazing and made a big difference to us. And the way in Panathinaikos, they were incredible. The support on Saturday was brilliant. So yeah, we can't ask any more from the supporters. They've been fantastic. So we have to do our bit tonight, and hopefully we can feel the same energy we did in the stadium against Panathinaikos, especially in that second half. And they definitely helped the team out through some tough moments in the first half in that game as well. So yeah, the support's incredible at this club, and the lads need to feed off that.
It's important to make a fast start and almost bring the fans along as well.
Yeah, I think we just have to show big energy early on in the game, and I think everyone will want that, will enjoy that, and I think that's what we'll see.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Again, Bridge, very honest from the manager.
Oh,
He
yeah.
thinks it's basically for freshness, balance, as I mentioned earlier on. I think you can see that on the team, there's a freshness already because 6 players starting are new players. Only 5 were there last season compared to the 7 that started at the weekend. So we touched on it last night about that freshness, energy. I think you'll get that from Kasama, Antman. We know what Dessers can do. I'll be honest with you guys. I think I'm really interested to see how and where he plays Lyle Cameron tonight with Raskin out that team. If it's the same, similar role, or if there's a bit of a change of style in there. Bridge?
Yeah, look, the manager, I think he's got to clear the air for himself and got things off his chest, and he's now speaking with a bit of clarity. So that was well done. It was a good interview, I think. Never gave anything away. If there was anything to give away and cause problems, he's never done it. But basically spoke along the same lines as the team reads. So we're all interested. Now he's interested in how to play, and that's what he's meaning. And we'll see how it goes there. And that's all we can do. We'll see how it goes. I just hope that the manager's keeping his head on tonight, not getting upset and things like that. He's prone to start shouting and bawling in the sidelines, and the European refereeing system doesn't quite like that. So we don't want to get red cards or a yellow card and then a red card. We don't want that. So just keep quiet, and the rest of the team let the team do the talking, let the players do their talking on the pitch, and let's go for it. I'm going for it. 1-0 for the Rangers. Come on.
I didn't expect anything different from yourself, mate. A Bridge man all the way. AK, again, the manager doesn't mince his words. And again, we keep going back to it. Obviously, the weekend was a marker. But tonight, the players that he's picked, they've got the chance to go and lay a marker for themselves, getting the jersey tonight, taking a chance, especially in a European tie, and give the manager some selection headaches going ahead.
That's it, mate. That's it. Listen, see, when you're at a club like Rangers, competition for places isn't a bad thing, and I think that's what Russell Martin wants in general. But he also wants a good attitude off the players that are already here. He was relying on them to basically be the kind of, stable foundation to integrate the new players into the club and basically educate them about what the club is all about. But what he's actually found is, I can't rely on these guys. I can't trust these guys. They're no carrying out the information that we're working on during the week, and they're doing their own thing. So we've seen this movie time and time again. I think everybody said in different platforms and forums the exact same. Why are we so poor? And the first line of fire is the manager. So everybody's pointing the finger at the manager. It must be him. He must be confusing the system, the players and stuff. But the way I see it is, see if the players are stubborn and they're rigid and they're no willing to take in the information, no just off of Russell Martin, Barry Ferguson, Clement, Beale, Gio, they've done it time and time and time again, and enough is enough. This has to stop. So that run of the dressing room, this leadership group that they keep, I would bin that, mate. That's the first thing that I'd be doing now. Just bin that. You've got a captain, he'll name a captain. I'd be stripping Tavernier the captaincy, just the same as what Advocate done with Amoruso and gave it to Barry. And that gave a fresh impetus to a young boy that's willing to step up and lead that dressing room. If it's Suter that's doing that tonight, brilliant, because we were expecting Jack Butland to be there. Maybe that's a statement of intent. You were the vice-captain, leader. Nah, don't fancy you. So it's all just fresh ideas. It's his statement of intent. But at the end of the day, it's all about winning. It's all about results. And that's what gives you the strength to make these decisions on that dressing room. Impose your authority. That's what we're looking for. We need that change. We're desperate for that change. And now we're getting that change. And the more new players that we got coming into that dressing room, and we're weeding out the old, Morelos was meant to be a rotten apple. Ryan Kent was meant to be a rotten apple. Golson, Lundstrom, they've all had the finger of blame pointed at them. Maybe it was Tavernier all along, mate, and we just didn't see it because the stats, his individual brilliant stats, maybe that was, covering them away for a part of the blame of why we weren't as successful as we were expecting the team to be. Who knows? But massive statement intent tonight, and I would love nothing more than us to walk away with a good victory there and a good performance tonight.
I think I said it last night in the show, and no disrespect to Viktoria Plzeň, in my opinion, this is a more favourable tie, particularly at home, than what Panathinaikos was. I think, again, I said it last night, Plzeň have played 2 league games, won 1, drew 1. Vidra is a top goal scorer with 4 goals. I don't know too much about them, how they'll play. It looks like they're going to set up Bridge with a 3-5-1-1, which again could become a 5-3-2. So they're going to have players wide, and we know the way we like to have our wingers high and wide. So I think that's going to be a key area, and it's pleasing to see that we've got Gasman and Ant-Man out in the wings.
Well, I think other teams that are going to come to Ibrox, they know, because they're not silly. They know how Rangers like to play, and they know what Rangers, in some instances, they know what Rangers' weaknesses are. And a lot of teams are weak down a bit, down their own flanks, and it's very difficult. If you haven't got a good record down your flanks, then they'll put people out wide, and they'll stay out wide, and it might have a better pace. And every time the ball comes over, they get it over to the wing, either side, both sides, whatever, and they're both flying machines, and away they go. And it kills us every time, just about every time there's crosses coming into our box. So we need to watch out for that, and we need to be aware. We don't know anything about this team. I don't know if you guys know but I don't know anything about the team. And I got to think to myself, just by the name, and I've never heard of them. So we're going to leather them. No, it's not going to happen like that. No, well, I hope it is. I hope it does happen like that, really. But no, I would expect that team to be playing some really good football against us. Nice possession football, and see how we go on. We need to cope with them. In every phase of the game, we need to cope with them. From the goalkeeper right out, we've got to do it, and then we've got to be able to defend against them from every part of the park. That's what we need to do. We need to be there and need to get it going.
Well, you asked if we knew anything about Plzeň. I'll bring in our guru of tactics and analysis, AK.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. No, I had a wee look at them. The previous round, actually, as you know, I like a wee punt. So just as an interest, my Bet365 account allows me to look at the game that I'd bet on. So what I did, the Servette, they played the previous round. They actually lost 1-0 to Servette at home the first game, but they pretty much dominated them. Honestly, they penned them in. They lost that early goal, but they then went with confidence because of that to Servette. Now, we played against Servette a couple of years ago, and we fun them a wee bit sticky. But they pummeled them actually in Switzerland and won that second leg 3-1. They got a man sent off, so he's missing in it, a guy called Zelskovic, for a straight red card. But as you said earlier, Rob, their main player is their captain, Metit Vidra. He's scored 4 times already this season, and 2 of them were opening goals, so he's their danger man up front. Rangers hadn't played against them before, but they played against Czech opponents before, and we're unbeaten. Our last 3, we played in Sparta Prague and Slavia Prague. So Rangers start at 11 to 10 favourites. We've got a draw at 5-2, and we've got Plzen at 23 to 10. So their last 8 games, both teams have scored. So if you're betting a Rangers victory tonight, with a 3-1 will do me. So there's a wee bit of info for the ones that like a thing, a wee punt. So
what odds did you get for that, Alec? What odds did you get for that bet?
3-1. I've not even looked at it. I'll give it a wee set and I'll look at it. But I would imagine you'd be running about 10, 12 to 1, something like that.
Wow.
Cheers for that, AK. Again, just looking back, last season, Europa League, Plzeň did get to the knockout round of the Europa League and lost out to Lazio, which is no mean feat, narrowly, 3-2 on aggregate. So I think, Bridgie, you're right, there will be something about them. I think we've been joined by Davey. Evening, Davey.
How you doing, guys? I've just come up mute just to let you know before you get on in my case.
No,
you need to hear to do that. Oh no, Alex.
Mate. What's your thoughts tonight, mate?
Yes, good evening, boys. Good evening, Alec. Not going to say Alec. Excuse me. Oh, God, I've got loads of it a cold. Excuse me, sorry.
No, take your time, mate.
Yeah, I think that the team selection is definitely what Alex says. It was going to raise a few eyebrows. I never seen that coming. But it's whatever. Alex nailed it when he was saying, he said what he said, and everybody was going to wait and say, is he going to do it? And he has. So we'll take it to where we are. We've got to really keep the ship tight. The only thing I'm worried about is the way we should have the right balance, I think. But all these young players that are coming in and now have not played with each other in a game, but that shouldn't matter. And I think the crowd will bring them through that. But it'll be very interesting to see how this goes. I just agree with Alec, what he was saying. For the manager's sake and the fans' sake, that they bed in right away, because we need to. I've seen this mob. They are good. They are no mugs, and they're playing a settled team where we're shifted the goalposts about a bit. So I'm really looking forward to it. I just hope that the ones that are getting the chance take the chance. So Here's hoping. I'll go for 2-0.
Wow.
Who you looking forward to see tonight, Davey? Who's the one that's going to grasp the game?
I'm really surprised that the Finnish boys been in right away. That's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. But I'm glad I'm not having a pop at Tab or the ones that are not playing. Raskin's not been up in his game. He's been terrific up to then. He's played him out of position. He mentioned that when he was saying, I've got people where they should be now, I think. And I think if he'd have done that on Saturday, we would have come out with a better result, but we didn't. I'm looking forward to seeing the whole lot, see how they're going to gel. And with a bit of luck and the crowd behind us, I'm very confident tonight.
Bridge, I'll bring you in. Davey mentions, obviously, the new signing yesterday of Oliver Antman. We know, obviously, we heard last night in his interview, he's got 4 or 5 weeks pre-season in him. He played a 90-minute game last week. For me, it's no surprise he comes into the squad, considering it was him or Dill on that right-hand side. But again, first game, right in the thick of it. I think he's a signing that might please the eye tonight, Bridge.
Well, he's the one I'm looking forward to seeing, and that's based on what we know. My favourite from a Rangers perspective is Egerman. I love watching him. He's a smashing player, but he's not with us at the moment as far as that's concerned. But you can see, obviously the boy's got quality. He's came straight in and he's in the team, and he's in the team because he's done all his pre-season training, and he's done some match fitness as well. So he's got to be close to being as fit as he's ever going to be, if you follow what I mean. And it might take to the Christmas time, New Year, whatever, before you see the absolute best of him. But that's slow. That's very slow, that part. But really and truly, I'm so looking forward to seeing him. Really and truly. It'd be interesting to see, you're going to play with 2 wingers, or 2 guys that can actually play in the wing, and a centre forward that's got a record, a good goal scoring record, a good goal scoring, get my tongue right, a good goal scoring record. Sorry, boys, for the 5th time there. So those 3 up top, I would imagine. Let's hope they're going to do something, because I sadly miss Czerny. I thought, we've missed a blow there, but this boy might be able to in there and do what Czerny can do as well. Hopefully, good players.
AK, another point Davey mentions is he's a bit worried about, obviously, the players coming into the squad, young age, playing together for the first time under the lights of Ibrox European game. I suppose there's no better game to come in and test yourself and prove your worth and make a stake for the jersey. And I think when you're playing under this pressure, you can only go forward from here.
It's a pertinent point, David makes sure. Welcome again, David. I didn't get to speak to you there, but it's a pertinent point he makes. I think Billy said in the show last week, though, see if the manager has shown faith in it. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. If you're good enough, you're old enough, is the old expression. And I think being at Ibrox will certainly help them. I think the crowd will get behind. I think the crowd will embrace these changes tonight, because half of them are doubting, Russell Martin's ability and character to be the manager in the first place. And if he's showed anything already, he's shown character with that team tonight. He's been brave, and he's passing that braveness on to the young boys that's coming into the team. I'm expecting Cameron to be on the right-hand side and maybe put Diamondi back to his left, put them in their natural positions, but flood that midfield. See, without the ball, don't believe in Rothwell, exposed and isolated in there, because Motherwell were running through us in the midfield there on Saturday, particularly without the ball, because they weren't. I don't think they were too sure, or I think they were, very lazy and coming back. I think Dowell got caught out towards the end. That's how we lost the goal. See, if you look at that goal that we lost at the equaliser for Motherwell, Dowell was half-hearted in his challenge. Tavernier was the same, turning his back, things like that. I think Russell Martin was just apoplectic when he seen that, and enough is enough. So we're digging out our experienced guys, we're taking them out of the team. But see if they're no pulling their weight and they're nowhere in that jersey, with the endeavour and the heart and the desire and everything, all the characteristics you need as a Rangers player, what's the point in keeping picking them? Make them play for the jersey, make them earn the jersey. And if these boys come in there tonight, young Cameron, that's his natural position where he was trying to get, Raskin to play. He's used to playing that position and that role for Dundee, so that should come natural for him. And also digging in the midfield, Diamondi, he needs to get his finger out now because he's playing for his jersey. When you see a Belgium international dropped and he's kept in the team, that should be ringing out alarm bells for everybody. So I'm looking forward to the game tonight, and I just hope we get the performance and the result that the manager's looking for.
Just for the ones out there that are on the Facebook and YouTube feeds asking about the Spurs signing, Mikey Moore, his registration hasn't come through in time to be internationally cleared. It's something to do with his age, so I believe he is registered in the squad for the second leg, but not able to feature tonight, so hopefully we'll see him in time. Davey, certainly a front three if you take Antman, Gassama and Dessers. It certainly looks a more energetic, threatening front three than what it has been the previous games.
You're dead right, you're dead right. I'm just worried a wee bit in the midfield. I know Alex coming through with young Cameron. I just hope he managed to keep the head a wee bit, because he'll come on here and 2 minutes later Murray was booked. So he'll need to get the old sensible heat on and just play to what he can. But the atmosphere might just take him away, but he'll be energetic. But I think the forward line will take care of itself. I just feel we need to just get the middle to front, get that sorted. But we'll soon see. That's what I'm looking forward to. Because if he'd have stuck to what we had there on Saturday and get a tank in, God knows what that guy would have faced the next day.
No, you're right, mate, you're right. Bridge, obviously, you look back at the Panathinaikos game, a player that stood out, big moments for us was Jack Butland. We've got a natural, balanced defence tonight in front of him. I'm hoping that he's not as busy as he has been, but he's one that, obviously, last season, there was question marks about him, and deservedly so. And he's stepped up in the past couple of games, but hopefully we don't see too much of him tonight. But we know he's reliable in these current games that he's played, that he's got that to step up.
It seems how can we say it? It seems that he's come back with the form he had nearer the end of the last season, So at the end of his first season here came to us, and he's shown now and again, but particularly in Europe, he's been very good. But there's been a few times he's let himself down and the club. But I think Butland's a good goalkeeper, good shot stopper. We've seen that a number of times just recently. But he's obviously, I know you guys can say what his problems are as a goalkeeper. He doesn't leave his line, as quickly as you think. He maybe not see the ball as quickly as he thinks, and so on and so forth. And all these things can hinder him. I think he's a smashing goalkeeper. I do. Very pleased he's at Rangers. And like everybody else that supports the Rangers, when he drops a clanger, and that's all there is to it. Just either get on with it, or just go and hang your head in shame. But really and truly, he's in. For me, he's playing really well compared to what he had been for halfway through last season. But no, he's came on a game for me, and I'm ever so happy he's there. I think he's a smashing goalkeeper.
AK, what's the key area or key battle for you tonight, going into tonight's game as we approach the end of the show?
I think the midfield's massive. It usually is in these big games, mate. We need to get control of the middle of the park, so we can release the forward line. Taking our chances would be brilliant. if we can get Dessers given the opportunity, because when you look at the stats, that's where we see where it's no working well. I think in the 3 competitive games so far this season, I think we've only got double figures on target. So we're not testing the keeper. We're not working the keeper enough. And what we should be doing, we should be looking for edge of the box stuff. Young Cameron there, maybe to have a dig, possibly Rothwell and Diamondi maybe to ghost in. But I'd like to see, I think Antman comes with, he spoke very well in his interview. He likes to be involved, he likes to set up, but he also likes to score as well. So if he's contributing, brilliant. Gassama, we've already seen 2 explosive goals that he's scored so far, so early in his career as a Rangers player. But we also need to keep the back door shut if we can, and minimise the opportunities that we're getting away, because that's alarming. The amount of shots that we've conceded on goal. If it wasn't for Jack Butland so far this season, we certainly wouldn't be undefeated under the tenure of Russell Martin. So collectively, we need to be far better as a team. It's all very well having possession, but you need to do something with the possession. So I'm waiting for a positive reaction out of the team, positive reaction out of the support, and a positive reaction out of the guys that's actually been dropped out, because that's a message to them as well. You want to come back into this team where you need to perform better. So all in all, I'm hoping it's a really good night for the Rangers.
Well, we've reached that time of the first part of the show. Davey, last word from yourself, pal. Always good to hear from you, mate.
Aye, thanks for getting us. It's always a pleasure to go on the best show in town. Aye, I'm looking forward to it. I'll take a bridge, man, but I'm quietly confident we'll get 2-0. So time we'll see how it goes. But God bless you, cheers, guys. See you later.
Cheers, Davey.
Cheers.
Thanks for phoning.
Cheers, David.
AK, final word from yourself, mate.
Oh, brilliant pre-match show. Very positive outlook. So I'm looking for that 3-1, and that's 16-1 you have cash. So get a wee white fiver on it, Bridge.
Did you put a couple of bob on for all the boys in the panel here? No. Did you
I've
miss
got
it?
a shilling there.
Oh, what can I say? Robert, brilliant night tonight. Absolutely superb. Thoroughly enjoyed the conversations. And Alex, thanks for carrying me through. And of course, old Davey and the techie boys in the background. But to all the Rangers fans listening all over the world, massive game coming up. Rough somewhere round about less than 20 minutes to go. Everybody, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need us. Keep it going.
Can I just say a big thank you to AK and Bridge for coming on doing the show with myself. All Davey for phoning in. While you're watching the game, folks, why don't you take advantage of the new WhatsApp voice clip that we've got for this season? The number is 07888722154. Send a voice clip to that number. Please no swearing, and if you can keep your recording to under 1 minute, the guys in the tech team may be able to play it on air when we come back on after the game. We'll be back live 15 minutes after the full-time whistle, hopefully enjoying a Rangers victory. Until then, take it away, Mr. Fox.
As we go marching down the Paisley Road, the west, the doors and the windows open wide, you will hear the people cheer. The Glasgow Rangers boys are here. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. Blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, Glasgow Rangers is our name. For we are the best team in all Scotland, and Glasgow Rangers is our name. So bring on the Celtic, your Hibs and Aberdeen, your Dundee United, we're the best you've ever seen. We play hand on heart, God save the Queen. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. as we go marching down the Paisley Road West, the doors and the windows open wide. You will hear the people cheer, the Glasgow Rangers boys are here. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. Blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, Glasgow Rangers is our name. For we are the best team in all Scotland, and Glasgow Rangers is our name. So bring on the Celtic, your Hibs and Aberdeen, your Dundee United, we're the best you've ever seen. We play hand on heart, God save the Queen. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. It's Glasgow Rangers for me.